Have you ever wondered why, when it comes to learning English, listening and pronunciation seem to be hard for many people? In this video, I'm going to explain to you a very important reason, and I'm going to share with you a simple technique that will help you a lot in developing your listening skills and your pronunciation. And the very important reason here is sound. As you may know, languages are made of sounds. But unfortunately, Vietnamese sounds and English sounds are so different. Let me give you some examples. In Vietnamese has tones. We have 6 tones, right? And English doesn't. English has linking sounds. English has ending sounds. Vietnamese doesn't. And English has clusters. Vietnamese doesn't. In English, people they tend to, when they speak, they tend to put the words together. They tend to connect the words. But when we speak Vietnamese, we tend to separate the words more. And that's why if you listen to Vietnamese language, or let's say Laotian or Chinese or Thai, you will see that many Asian languages, people separate the words. But many Western languages, they tend to connect the words together. So when we listen to a native speaker say something, it's hard for us to recognize which words they are really saying. English words themselves, they already have many clusters. So clusters are like straw, cr, all those very strange sounds. And when they put the words, when they link the words together, that creates even more clusters. And you know what? Clusters are very strange to Vietnamese ears. We are not used to clusters. And that is a very hard part of English sounds. So now let me give you a very simple exercise, and you can do this exercise for about 10 or 15 days. So every day you spend from 15 minutes, maybe an hour if you have time. It depends on how much time you have. So you do like this. You choose some audios, and you choose some audios that have slow speed as well as fast speeds. Let's say you choose 2 audios, and one audio has slow speed, and the other audio, the speaker in there, he or she speaks faster. So you choose the audios, and then you start to listen to the audios. Now here's the very important thing. You listen to the audios, but everything you need to do is to focus on the sounds. So what do I mean by focusing on the sounds? Because I know when you listen to an audio, when you listen to an English audio, you tend to think a lot in your head. So a very common thought is this. You often think, what does it mean? It's very natural, isn't it? When we listen to something and we don't understand, immediately a question pops up in our mind asking, what does it mean? So you worry about the meaning. Or another example, we usually worry about how the words are written. So usually when we listen to an audio, we tend to think a lot in our head, whether what it means or how it is written. But with this exercise, you need to purely focus on the sounds only. So as soon as you start to think what does it mean, you need to just forget it. You need to focus on the sounds only. So just focus on the sounds and listen to it. And the second thing you need to do is this. You try to repeat the sounds. You try to mimic or imitate the sounds, even when you don't really understand what it means. And here is what you need to take notes. When I said you try to repeat the sounds, it doesn't mean you have to repeat the sounds correctly or perfectly. I mean, you just try doing it. You just try imitating the sounds. So, for example, let's say you hear a sentence like this. Listening and pronunciation is very hard, and maybe you don't hear very clearly. You just try imitating like this. Listening, pronouncing, and that's enough. But you need to try repeating it because it helps you focus much better. And focus is key. When it comes to this exercise, focus is key. You need to focus. It makes all the difference. So, two things, very simple, right? First, you clear your thoughts, and second, you try repeating the words. And let me tell you, the first 1 or 2 days, it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very tough. You will feel like, overwhelming. It's too hard for you. But then just be okay with it. You just try doing it, and after the first 2 days or maybe 3 days, you will start to be able to hear the sounds more clearly. The sounds will be much more clearly after 3 days, 4 days, and then you will be able to repeat it more easily. So if the first 2 or 3 days are hard for you, just understand that that's the way it is. And you do this exercise for 10 or 15 days. Please note that each day, each time doing it, you just do it about 15 minutes, because this exercise is pretty hard, pretty exhausting for your ears. So don't try to do it more than 15 minutes each time. So if you have time, you can practice for half an hour or 1 hour, but make sure you split into sessions. Okay, so that's it. It's very simple, isn't it? It can be used for beginners as well as advanced learners. So you do it, and after about 7 days, after about 1 week, you will start to see its power. So I hope this video helps you, and I look forward to seeing you again. But until then, just do something, take action, sparkle today, and tomorrow you will be shining.